Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
Hello and welcome to the Irish in the UK. Coming up on the show this week, Daniel O'Donnell will be joining us and he will be singing one of his songs. We'll be hearing from Jimmy Hussey about his fundraising cycle run for the Christy Hospital. But first up, during the lockdown, the Huddersfield Irish Centre has taken the opportunity to refurbish their main function room. This entailed a major amount of construction work and some help from the community. Patrick, tell me, how long has the Irish Centre been here?
Actually, here in Fitzwilliam Street, we came through the door on the 9th of February 1999. There's evidence of an Irish presence in Huddersfield since just after the Napoleonic Wars, around about 1815. So there was going to be an influx of Irish into Huddersfield at that time. And as most people know, the standing testimony to the importance of Irish in Huddersfield is just up the road there in St Patrick's Church, because the church exists because of the donation of local industrialists who knew that if they didn't have the church here and they didn't have Mass, then the Irish wouldn't stay. The first Irish club as such was probably the Irish League, which opened in 1881 and was located up in Corporation Street. From Commercial Street, the club has moved probably about 4 or 5 times until eventually it settled in Venn Street as the Irish League Club. At that time, it was a club, and it remained in Venn Street right up until 1994, where the Irish League Club in Venn Street had some financial difficulties, which caused it to close down. And then we had a period from 1994 until 1999, where a group of very dedicated and determined people, and our original secretary, Paul Shanahan, was the driving force there, raising funds. And this place came to us through the Polish ex-servicemen's club, who agreed to sell it to us. On the 9th of February 1999, we walked through that front door, and within 5 years, the place was ours.
We know that the club has been very successful down the years, but during the pandemic, you've done a lot of work here to the club, haven't you? We
closed down on the 23rd of March, and we decided to take that opportunity to do a little bit of work in the centre. Well, I say a little bit of work. It was quite a lot, quite a lot of work to bring our function room up to date, both in terms of being able to host functions and events and to improve the sound insulation spec of the place.
And of course you put in a lovely booth for your DJ as well, really fancy.
That's right, custom made, and at one time down behind the old booth down there it was like Spaghetti Junction. Cables all over the place and nobody ever knew what to plug into where. Now we have a brand new fantastic disco booth, and behind there are 2 little sockets. And the stage as well, yes, we've had that revamped. Unlike the rest of the building, underneath the stage we've had soundproof to try and impact on the noise.
And you've got a lovely little side private room now there as well.
The idea of that little side room is to develop it that way. And personally, I'd like to see a little bit of a reading element in there as well. We've a lot of books on Irish and Irish culture, which we could use to form a little bit of a library in there as well for our members. But yes, it's all come together very well.
The Brothers Pace Football Club, Gaelic Football Club here in Huddersfield, was established back in 1954. It started out as a hurling and Gaelic football club. I think predominantly hurling club back in the 60s and 70s and that. And it's carried on as a Gaelic football club. During the 80s and 90s, it was very, very successful on a national level, playing in All Britain finals and winning many county championships here in Yorkshire. The start of the 2000s, we were very successful again, winning many county championships and things like that. We had a few sparse years where we didn't maybe win so much, but the past 3 or 4 years we've definitely turned the tide. We've won a few junior competitions in Yorkshire, and I guess this year we were really looking to make an impact again in senior football until coronavirus came along and maybe put a stop to that.
Now, how challenging was it for with the coronavirus for your club? You know, how have you managed to keep in touch with the players?
We felt very early on that it was important to keep people in contact with the Gaelic Football Club and keep people active with things. We didn't know when games were going to start, which we still don't really know. We ran a few fitness sessions over the internet using Zoom. So one of the players each week could take like a little training session. Also our weekly GAA draw, which we do, which is our main fundraiser for the club. We've kept that going every single week. Normally we draw it in here in the Irish club, but obviously this place was closed for the duration of the coronavirus lockdown. So I took the balls home and I've drawn them from my kitchen. The other thing that we started, I think the second week of lockdown, our club secretary Fergal Cross has he did I think 10 or 12 weeks of a weekly quiz.
Now, during the pandemic as well, of course, the Huddersfield Irish Centre here has gone and done a great job, refurbishing their main function room. And I know that you yourself and the rest of the lads, or a lot of the lads from Brothers Pace, have been very helpful and supportive here to them.
Over the past 3 Saturday mornings, the lads from the football team have come down and obviously socially distant, worked at helping clean the place up. Last Saturday, as a little treat, the guy, Jim, who runs the bar, he got a barrel of Guinness and he let the lads have a few pints to say cheers for tidying up.
Danny, we wish you the very best of luck with Brothers Pace. Hope to see you playing football very soon again.
Thank you guys, and from the Gaelic Football Club in Huddersfield, please keep up the good work with the Irish television channel. It really helps the people who are maybe isolated to keep a link with the communities, and it's really important that kind of thing keeps going.
Pete, how did you first get involved with the Huddersfield Irish Centre?
Well, it goes back a long time, like when I went to Huddersfield Technical College in 1965 I started, and I used to walk around Huddersfield, and eventually about 1981 I walked into the Minstrel pub, which was an Irish pub that we had then, and from there I went to the Irish League Club, and then from 1981 I started taking photographs of the GAA and etc. and things, right up to the present day. That's continued. and then they moved here, I think about 11 years ago, after a short break when there were no club at all, and they held meetings to get money to buy this place. 5 years ago, Pat Conahan, the chairman, we were talking, and I said, that area out there, it'd make a real good patio. All you need is a few plants. And he said, well, the thing about it, Peter, we've nobody that knows anything about it. I thought, well, what am I doing? Huddersfield's professional gardener. And so I thought, right, I will do. So I started just a small bit. I bought some plants and put them in. And then subsequently, the following year, we did a bit more. And then the last 2 years, last year and the year before, we entered the Yorkshire in Bloom, which, with Jerry helping me, we won gold in the Yorkshire in Bloom. And last year we went to the dinner at York Race Course, and we were presented with the gold medal award. A lot of people didn't realise that everything is in containers. There's nothing in the ground. And I propagate all the plants at home in my greenhouse and get them all ready, and then some of them we plant up here in the window boxes, etc., large containers, and then some of them I do them in the greenhouse in my allotment, and then as soon as the viscous frost is gone, then we bring them here, and then shortly, end of August, early September, we'll go out there and I'll take cuttings for next year's display. So it's like a continuous thing.
And I believe you've got a few visitors in the flowers as well.
Yeah, we have. We had a couple of blue tits. We put up a bird box last year. We called it the hotel, the bird hotel. And then this year, for the first time, the blue tits in May decided to look round, and we saw them looking. And subsequently, they nested, and we think there was about 8 of them in there, and the 2 parents, and they weren't charged rent.
Now, Pete, I know that you're very well known here all around Yorkshire, of course, for your great photographs down the years with the Irish Post, and you've covered many, many events.
Yeah, that's been a pleasure. All I can say is that I enjoyed the best of it, and I made a lot of friends that I wouldn't normally have made, and that has been the greatest pleasure of all. I spent 45 years getting the All Britain flower into a market town, 45 years doing that, doing other things at the same time, if you want to achieve something long term, do something else at the same time, and you don't notice that it's taking so long.
It's great to see the Huddersfield Irish Centre open again, and haven't they done a great job refurbing their function room. Now we're going to take a little break, and we'll see you in a minute.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
IJK's Scrap Metal, Manchester. We provide payment for scrap metal, removal and disposal of cars and abandoned vehicles. A weighbridge facility, authorised treatment facility, recycling and waste management. Full compliance with all legal requirements. IJK Scrap Metal, Manchester. A friendly, professional and reliable service.
Supreme Upholstery Limited is a manufacturer of quality bespoke upholstered furniture. Come along with your ideas for that perfect sofa to fit your home, and let Supreme bring your ideas to fruition. We also offer a service to the contract market, including large hotel groups and small family-run business. No matter how large or how small your order, you will always get that personal service from our sales team. Come along and visit our showroom.
The Warrington Irish Club, 83 Orford Lane, Warrington. A friendly and welcoming club, keeping the Irish culture alive. We have Irish and country music every Saturday night, tribute nights, race nights, charity nights and karaoke. All live sports shown on the big screens. We have snooker, dominoes and Crown Green bowling teams along with arts and crafts. Pop in for a friendly welcome and to book your event at the Warrington Irish Club, give Frank a call.
La Vita is an award-winning, independently run Italian restaurant. Located on Rose Lane in the heart of Liverpool, real Italian-style dishes, using the best ingredients, skillfully prepared by our chefs. Come and try our serious Italian experience.
Buckhurst Plant Hire, operating nationwide and supplying equipment to the construction, civil engineering and utility industries. Buckhurst is synonymous with quality equipment and excellent service. Call us today.
IJK's Scrap Metal, Manchester. We provide payment for scrap metal, removal and disposal of cars and abandoned vehicles. A weighbridge facility, authorised treatment facility, recycling and waste management. Full compliance with all legal requirements. IJK Scrap Metal, Manchester. A friendly, professional and reliable service.
Eurogold is driven by being the best civil engineering contractor in the Northwest, ensuring its clients are given the highest level of service that they deserve. Eurogold work in a wide range of industry sectors, including house building, highways, commercial and industrial build.
Welcome back. Now Jimmy Hussey has arranged a fundraising cycle run to raise money for the Christy Hospital in Manchester. And recently we caught up with Jimmy and his dog while he was out doing a little bit of training. Jimmy, of course, you're very well known for your great work with the Hayfield Sheepdog Club, but tell me about this cycle run that you're organising.
Yeah, well, as you say, Martin, the Hayfield Sheepdog Club, we ran sheepdog trials, you know, for Christy's Hospital in the past. But now that we can't get the sheepdog trials going for Christy's again, or fundraising, I have gone back to the cycling. Are you with me? So I just thought I'd get a cycle run going for Christy's Hospital in the name of Hayfield Sheepdog Cycle Club. It is a special project. It's for the young children that's being cared for by Christy's Hospital. And when they're cared for, after they come out, they need some little treats and books and things like that to keep them going.
So we know that it costs a lot of money, and that's the whole idea, that you're trying to raise some money for this great event with this cycle run.
Yes, we're trying to raise about £4,000, Martin, as I said, for the young children, you know. And that's what it costs Christy's each year to supply the books and the toys and the treats, in order that our kids can go home and play with comfort. And that's really what it's all about. It's all about the children.
Now tell me about the cycle run. When is it going to happen and how people can help you?
The cycle run, Martin, is from Millgate Lane Old Obedience Club in East Disbury. And that's on the Sunday, the 30th of August at 8:30 in the morning. We start from there. So anybody who wishes to join in with a bicycle, please come along or give us a call and we can accommodate them on this. There's also, contact me by www.cyclelanes.co.uk, and from that there's a Just Given page. So take a look at the Given page and there's some details of the run on there as well.
Yeah, and if people want to phone you up and make a donation or come along and help you, they can contact you. Your number is on the screen now.
Our number will be on the screen now, yes, so it will, and an email address on the screen as well. So please make contact one way or the other, you know, so that would be very good.
Now, I know that after all this run is done and you've raised the money, hopefully for Christie's, I know that you'd like to continue on with the cycle club and build it and maybe get families to come along or people to come along and continue on with the cycle club for a bit of maybe fun and, you know, keep fit, if you like.
Well, that's right, yeah. The aim is once we get Christy's going now and get everything going up and running on that, and we'll see how we do on that, and hopefully we get more people together again for the future, even if it was down here by the river for a cycle of a Sunday morning just to keep fit or get out on the road, you know. So really a bit of fitness, yes.
We saw you earlier on there out for a cycle run, preparing for the 30th of August with your dog.
Well, yes, we're out on a cycle run, but not necessarily preparing, but I'm out here all winter anyway. And in particular with the lockdown, I couldn't get out only to do exercise down here in the morning at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and it gives my dog a chance to keep up on the exercise as well. So it suits us both to get out in the morning, hail, rain or snow.
Good luck with it all, Jim, and we'll see you on Sunday the 30th of August.
To the green hilltops I go, and so I have to bid farewell. To the green hilltops I go.
Jimmy is a great supporter of the Christy Hospital in Manchester, and if you can donate or support in any way, I'm sure he would be delighted with that. Now, some time ago, we caught up with Daniel O'Donnell and we had a chat with him about Strictly Come Dancing and his wonderful new album.
Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I've been hugging my pillow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo. Sweet Marie, the witch, show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over.
Daniel, we were all glued to our TV sets and watching you perform on Strictly Come Dancing. Did you enjoy it?
I did, you know, it was a nerve-wracking experience. It kind of took me by surprise at how nervous I was doing the show, but it was a great experience. I mean, it's such a huge show to be involved in, and just the atmosphere of it, and just the whole razzmatazz, you know. And I love the show, I love watching it, and prior to being on it I always watched it, so from that point of view it was an amazing experience.
And of course it created great interest among the Irish community, you know, we're all there watching you and supporting you. But how difficult was it learning a different dance every week?
Oh, it was to learn the dances was very hard for me. I mean, I can dance away myself, like all Irish people, you know, we love the dancing. But I think it was the thing of having to remember steps and choreography, and your hands and your head and your back and your thumb and your this and that. I'm kind of free range.
Now tell me a little bit about your tour. You went to New Zealand.
Yeah, we were in New Zealand. Well, we were in New Zealand, we were in Australia, we were in Sri Lanka. We did Gertrude Burns cruise prior to that in February. And now we're in the middle of the dates here in the UK. We finish on the 6th in the Palladium, and then we're off to America and Canada again. We'll be in Ireland over the summer in August, and we go to America again. Then we go to Canada in September, America, then Branson in November, and then we're back in the UK in December again.
A busy time for you.
Busy enough. You know, we had the break away from the shows for 18 months.
Yeah.
And I think this year, or this year and a half, we're trying to fit everywhere that we would ever have gone into the year or 18 months, you know, so there's a lot of places to go.
Tell me a bit about your new album, Back Home Again.
Well, this is an album that we recorded live last August. We were doing it for American television, public television in America. So we recorded the whole album, and there's over 30 songs on it. Every so often it's nice to do a live album, you know, and it's also on DVD. So you get the two things are in the one packet.
Okay. How do you select your songs? You've got so many songs. You've recorded so many albums down the years. How do you select your songs for your, you know, for the next album coming up?
I just sing songs that I love. If I love it, I sing it. And when I hear a song, if it's an original somebody sends me, I pretty know immediately whether I want to sing it or not, you know.
Daniel, it's great to see you back in Manchester. Great to see you here at the Lowry. You've got a big following here in Manchester, indeed in England, all over the world. But look, you'll get a great reception here at the Lowry tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and thanks a million. Good luck to you with your show.
Living from the sea, oh, with the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town. When the boys from Kellybegs come rolling home. Well, you've done your rubber boots, you've got your oilskins on, you check your gear to see that it's okay, and your jumper keeps you warm, for it's cold before the dawn. You're ready to begin another day. Everybody! Oh, with the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town. When the boys from Kellybegs come rolling home. Now the weather's blowing rough and the work is very tough, and the ropes will raise the welts upon your hand. But you'll never leave the sea, for whoever you may be. When it's in your blood, it's hard to live on land. Everybody! Oh, with the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town. When the boys from Kellybegs come rolling home. Well, there's purple on the hill, there's green down by the shore. The sun has cast its gold upon the sea, and there's silver down below where the herring fishes go. When they catch them, they'll be gold for you and me. Everybody! Oh, with the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town. When the boys from Kellybegs come rolling. One more time, everybody! Oh, with the pleasant rolling sea and the herring running free, the fleet all riding gently through the foam. When the boats are loaded down, they'll be singing in the town. When the boys from Kellybegs come rolling home. When the boys from Kellybegs come rolling home.
It was great to meet Daniel again. What a gentleman. Now that brings us to the end of the show for this week. Don't forget, Henry McGlade is back with his show from County Mayo next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. We are here with the Irish in the UK at 7:30. Until then, take care.